Hello, hello. If you have any trouble hearing me today, I'm using slightly different setup. Tell me if my voice is not good. I will do what I can to fix that. So this is going to be the second episode of the RPG Maker MZ Make a Game stream. We got delayed a little bit by a squirrel who climbed into a transformer, blew up the power on my street. That was interesting. So to get started today, I'm going to just first show you what I've worked on since last week. Awesome, glad that I'm coming through just fine. I had to move rooms because the room that I normally record in, someone else is having to do something in there today. So I have to move up to my bedroom, and my setup is not as good up. So, first of all, here is the map for the outside. So, one of the things I did, and this is going to be just me being a little crazy, is if you look at I went through and only picked out the exact pieces that I had used in these two maps and put them on their own sheets. So in my database, I have my, stuck together everything, but I'm slowly creating a much smaller tile set that only uses what I'm using. And I'm just remapping the maps really quick using just what's in them. So at the end of the game, when I put everything together, I only have what I'm actually using in the game. Like I said, it's just me being a little crazy about stuff like that. It means, and then I adjusted saturation until I felt it matched. This counter with the red and green to match the whole red and green thing. This was also, I just took that concrete counter that's normal and started editing colors. It's not perfect. I need to do some fixing on a few sections in here. There's some spots where it doesn't flow into each other, where it tiles. But overall, it looks good. But also, I found a bunch more tiles. I'm using MV for all of I'm using MV for all of my tile sets because I like MV and MV Trinity. I like the Trinity stuff. So yeah, and then but actually, these tiles that I made inside was actually just from scratch from a texture I was using. I just made some texture using some noise in Photoshop. And this is the kind of stuff that anyone can do. Anyone could have made these tiles. Anyone could have edited this. It's just take Photoshop, start messing with color values, and that's it. So the other stuff that I got a lot of cool stuff. So this right here, these ice things, these shelves, and these magazine racks, as well as everything on the counter here, including a cash register. It comes from, and I'm going to link you to him, is a Japanese resource creator named Bougainvillea. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it that right, but that's his blog that I linked in the chat. He's got a lot of really cool stuff, or I do not know what gender they are. You can get the full breakdown of the credits. I know the person who's been doing the Japanese blog credits has them on the RPG Maker forums, but mostly it's just no edits. You can reposition things on it and combine two pieces, but they don't want you to cut parts of their stuff up. But other than that, they have a lot of really cool stuff. I also, these stands right here, the little stacks of Coke, they come from Avery's stuff. Copy paste. Which Avery is a long-time member of our moderation staff. Really great person, also working with us on some of our written content. But she also had just some perfect tiles to use in here. Right now, which also she made the doors that I'm using, I think, out here. But this door right here that goes in and out, it's not perfect right now, but it's by M. Logan. I'm also going to be using different face sets. It's the same ones, but it's ones that Amy Soros on the forums made, which are some face sets with with actual impressions. Let me link that one. I want to credit everything, and I want to promote everybody who is making cool stuff that I'm using. There's also someone else who helped me out because we're working on something with. I was working on something with the with my encounter system, which I think they are in chat. Coelacanth had an MV plugin, and it actually still worked. And what this plugin does is, whenever you encounter a random encounter, instead of getting a random encounter, it drops the troop ID it would have been into a variable you decide, and then it runs a common event that you decide. You can see here, and you can also change your encounter formula. I changed it to less random, I used the one that they suggested here. I'm using this one right here, which is 50 to 150% of the encounter stats. So this was a cool little snippet. It's not a very huge thing, but it allows you to do some really cool stuff. And that's the thing about plugins, is that they don't have to be these giant monsters like the Visistella stuff to be really useful. I also played with Huddle's Cyclone map editor. That's pretty cool, actually. Go look at that. If he made it live not too long ago, like a couple of days ago. So I didn't even play with that until after I was supposed to stream on Wednesday. Hello, Ellen. It's nice to see you here watching with us. So that's the thing. I also there's some inventing I did, and I'll show that in a second. But on top of that, I'm going to show something that I just always do. The first three, you can notice both of my so like both of these right here, right? On both maps, you can see the first three events I have are just like Actor 1, Actor 2, Actor 3. I always put them up here. They're blank events. Those are for me to use to grab to like do any kind of cutscenes or stuff. I know a lot of people don't like doing cutscenes on the actual maps. They'll use separate maps. I prefer just to do them on the actual maps. It's a flow thing. You can do either one. Some people use separate maps. I use the same map we're actually on. But I just throw these up here because they're just empty events. They don't really make any, lag or anything like that. I always do one event just named Autorun. Right now, it's empty on both of these, though this one will be... This is where we're going to start the game. This one will have something in it. That's just in case I need to do an autorun, and it'll include any autorun events I need to do with, whatever page. I just like putting those in at the beginning, because it's very easy to remember that, you have them, they're in place, they're going to be on the top of your event list, which is a new cool feature MZ has, or MZ. And let's see. So that's most of what I did, except for... I'm at the common event runs. So, this is the event that is actually run by the common event that gets called when a random encounter should happen. And all it does is turn on a switch, make this one run, because this is a parallel process, and I wanted it parallel process. But if the encounter troop is 0, which means that there was no encounter troop, because it actually can activate on maps where there are no encounters. And if it does, it'll just throw 0. So that'll skip it, and if it is, it'll start this. So this is the beginning of my encounter system, and I'm going to explain how the encounter system is going to work. So first of all, a thing to know about the game, I'm not going to use any kind of shops in-game. So currency is going to be completely different. It's not used to buy stuff. Currency is used as a resource, like a battle resource and a dungeon resource. So in the game, MP is always going to be re-healed after every battle. All skills, including like healing skills, are going to be in battle only, like any magic, stuff like that. And after every battle, you're going to have, you're going to be re-healed, but it's going to take some of the currency. The currency is going to be, they're called crystals. And it's basically the things that the monsters drop. Because they're powered by it. And so after every battle, you're going to proportionally have currency deducted to heal up your HP. So you should, if you keep your currency high, you will be able to be full healed after every battle. So every battle can actually be a full actual. The currency is also going to be used to power what are going to be called item skills. I'm going to get into that later, though, because that's going to be a thing that I'm doing. But another thing you can do is use currency just to get battles, because I think one of the things... I'm getting to where like I'm just showing this page and talking, because there's a lot to go on. I should have made like a flowchart to show. So, two things. People get stuck on this idea that there's only two options. That you have random encounters, or you have on-screen encounters. And it's a duality I think that people need to drop. There's more ideas than that. This is partially fueled by something that was in a game called Wild Arms 3. Very good game, I liked quite a lot. And it had a random encounter system, except for you could cancel them using a resource. So you're going to be able to use your currency to cancel out encounters. It's going to be based on a mini game. I'm going to walk through how this works. So the first thing I did was disable menu access, and that's because I'm using the cancel button inside this event, so I didn't want it to pull the menu up. And this is going to be parallel process, so your character's going to still be able to run around. And first it's going to show an icon, which is a exclamation point. That exclamation point will, show the character. They know now that there's about to be a fight. First, the control variable equals 0. Then we're going to start a loop. Control variable, that's one of my, for the first 20 variables in my project, they're always generic variables that can be used by any event. Temporary use. 20 is actually more than you'll probably ever actually need, but that's how I tend to do it. It's better to have extra than it is to have not enough. But this one only uses 1. I like to think that the way I did it was pretty clever. So what that's doing is every single time it runs through this loop, it's going to add 1 to it, and when it hits 60, it's going to break the loop. That means it's going to have 1 second for the player to give some sort of response. So if they hit OK, it's going to go to 61, which is above 60, and it will break out. If they hit cancel, it's going to go to 60, which is also 60 or above, break out. If they just wait an entire second, 60 frames will go by, and it'll hit 60 and jump out. So now, if you hit OK, it's going to equal 61. You hit cancel, it's going to equal 60. And if you waited the full second, it's going to equal 60. So now, I just to check, did you cancel out? So is it equal to 60? Did you cancel, or did you just let time run out? If that's the case, it's going to do this. Where the text is, it's just telling me what variable that got the troop is. So I didn't feel like doing the encounters. It's just a test. This is where an encounter would happen. You hit cancel and just say, I'm not going to try to skip it. Or if you wait the full second, the encounter happens. Here, it'll just say cancel, because that means you cancel. I don't have any of the other the behavior, and there's going to be a lot more behavior. And then after it's done, it will turn the menu access back on. It will zero out your variable. Always zero out all your variables at the end of a temporary thing. Like, do not want to start a thing where you start a new thing using temporary variables, and there's already a variable sitting in. And then it turns off the control switch, so that this won't run over again. So, actually, let me playtest this, and I can show you how it works. I threw in a bunch of them in here so that you could see it. Let's just start the player out here. Alright. So, as you can see, as I run around when a random encounter would happen, I waited a second that time, and it popped up the 1. So that was the encounter 1. He can cancel this next time. That just immediately jumped me to it. And then if I hit OK, that cancels it. I don't know, maybe I should switch up which button does which, but either way, it's a workable system now. So there's going to be more to it, though. Later, I'm going to add in... there's going to be a mini game that starts, and it's going to be... And I'm just going to have to check difficulty of the battle versus difficulty of the party, or the level of the party. And that's going to have something to do with how difficult the mini game is going to be. But based on how you do, you're going to deduct more or less currency. I'm not going to work on that today, but it was just something I wanted to show you because I worked on it while we were gone. And alright, I think I got through all of the stuff I had worked on over the week while you're gone. And so that's most of it. I really like the new convenience store. I like the changes I made to this. I know I added a few things. I think this was added. I think there's some passability issues right here because of you'll look, I'm using, hold on, I'm not on the thing. So if I switch things, I'm actually using something to darken the edges here. The tile, see, it's doing this. It's just to darken these edges, and because I put it right here above this one, it's not blocking. There's a passability issue there. I can fix that later. So next thing that I wanted to do, I wanted to start the actual the first auto run in the game. So we're gonna start with our player character right here. She's at work. And the first thing we need to do is, I think, we need to... Actually, there's one more thing I wanted to do. So it's true that all of us can do more than we think we can with art, but at the same time, this is this Doors by M. Logan, but if you look, it doesn't quite match, and it's not just coloring. There's like styles difference, like the way this glass is reflected compared to that glass. I would like to get a better door for this, and I haven't been able to find one. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I actually prepared to do this, I'm going to make, I think a lot of people need to know how to do this, and this is going to sound really silly. A lot of people need to know how to do this. We're going to make a resource request on the forums. I am currently no one important. This is our little secret. No one tell anyone. It's not like this is a public video or anyone. This is just an extra account I'm using specifically because if I'm on my moderator account, you can actually see lots of things you shouldn't see. Let's make a resource request, and we will. So you go down here to this section, resource request. The first thing you need to know. A resource request form. So this is going to tell us how we need to make it. What we need to look at. Let's make a thread. I want... Okay, resource type. This is a character set. It's weird, I usually like dark themes more too, but for some reason on the forums I like the light theme. Also, like, I'm signed into a secondary account that's not my main one, so I can't remember what I think I have my main one set to white too. I'm gonna put in parentheses that it's the door because a little bit different. It's a item character. Maker style MV, or maker format MV. The style is going to be MV RTP, though it's not an RTP. We talked about this last week. Alright. I'm gonna, instead of doing the description first, I'm gonna throw up reference pictures, because I have reference pictures of what I would like to see. Yeah, I'm just like, there's so many things that you need to do. Like, people need to learn how to do this, because I see so many really, like, I see good ones, and I see so many well-meaning people who just don't do this well. And there's like a million little things. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, on my reference images, I'm going to drop the map where it's going to go, because that's really useful information. Like, they can now look and see where it needs to be matching. And I also Googled a whole lot, find a door somewhat similar. What I wanted to use, it's not exact, but it's similar. I'm going to drop my reference images under a spoiler, though, I think, because they're really big. So it's an opening post. I mean, I guess no reason to drop. So I kind of want this. I just want the single door. I don't want the double door. I'd rather have a single door. But I like using these kind of handles because, okay, this is going to get into me and my background. So I used to work construction many years. And so this style of door with these handles is perfect for like being a dual directional door. And if you don't want to have to request two doors going in both directions for inside and outside of a building, you want to have ones that would work for a dual directional door. Also, I realized that this color scheme is probably a reference to 7-Eleven because in Japan, 7-Eleven everywhere. Yeah, I think it's REM community is always going to call it the RTP. Well, let's unbold. I don't need to bold. I'm really bad at typing today. I don't need to put high in there. I'm going to put some extra at the bottom. As I'm sorry if I get a little quiet. My position I'm sitting in, my keyboard is like away from my mic, so I'm having to turn my body to like type. Would like a door that matches this wall window from the MV RTP. Would love for it to match the border color and glass style. I have provided another image. The style of door I would like. I would I want a single door, not a double door. I'd like the green, white, red stripe through it. Be very thorough on how you want it. Or text on door other. Because if you put text or door, it's another thing where you'd have to flip the text on the side of the building. But that. So let's do that, and then let's put the at the top of. I'm looking for a door to below our details. Thank you in advance. Always thank everyone. It's actually not the saturation. I actually like the really bright RTP of MZ. I just prefer to use MV right now because I like the Trinity stuff. And the Trinity stuff matches MV. I guess I could have just saturated MV Trinity more, but because there are some things in MZ I like more. I like that it has some cliff tiles that have like the word for it. It has like the transparencies in the corners and stuff, but I can make those. I can just do some edits, which I probably will. I'll probably continue to do more and more edits as I go. Advance. Let's see. I'm trying to think of something else. You always want to be as nice as possible. And hope that the door will be useful to others. Because, I mean, being that that's part of the RTP, a door that matches it is a pretty useful thing for people to have. Oh, let's push also that it opens inwards. Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm using tile and a half. I need to specify that I'm using 48. Let's see. I'm using tile and a half high doors. It would need to be 48 by 72. That is correct. important to remember. I almost forgot that. I'm pretty sure I could write this even better. Let's make a really good thread title. We have a people like, I wonder if they need, like, I feel like we need some rules on how you format a title, because some of the titles are not great. But let's go MV RTP style 1 F style high door matching MV style one. I don't think I need to put RTB twice. I think this is pretty descriptive. They don't have tags, and I think I should put those in. I think I should go do that. I have the power to do it, but I noticed there's no tags for them. I know there's tags in other parts of the forums, but not in the resource request, and I feel like there should be. Alright, so, like, this is a good resource request thread. I'm gonna post it. I'll check in on that, like, at the end of the stream. That's why I wanted to do it at the beginning of the stream. Okay. Now, no one important. Let's see if anyone responds to him. The other thing that's interesting about this is I'm curious if I had done it through my main account instead of doing it through this account, if I would have gotten faster responses. Because the only people who know right now this is mine are moderator staff and whoever's watching this. Okay. Now, we're going to go back to here. Done that. We made our resource request, so we can check in on it later in the week. At the end of the stream, then later in the week to see if somebody picked it up. I would really like to... I think that it's not going to be hard for someone who's got a lot of artistic skill. Hard for me. So... Anyway, we're going to do the beginning of the game. So, as with always with beginnings of games, you want to use an auto run event. So the thing I was going to say about this is that when you're starting a game, you have to communicate a lot of information to a player about the world, about the characters, but you don't want to do it in like just a dump. It's like really frustrating to start a game and just get scrolling text, or like a black screen with text on it, and then you see another black screen with text on it that tells you about some more thousands of years ago in the game and what's going on now, and 30 different country names. It's really frustrating. I don't like that style. So this character, we're gonna really just focus on this character right now. She is 22. She works in a convenience store, which is not a great job to have. I've never worked in a convenience store. My wife has, and she has stories. She dropped out of college due to money issues. She was in a band, but members of the band like graduated college and moved on, so that dropped out. Generally not like in a happy place in life. And so I wanted to communicate all of that really fast. And what I was going to do is, like, the convenience store is just closed down. I'm probably actually going to start her right here. I'm going to have her, like, just locking the door. And then I'm going to have, like, her talking to her mom on the phone as she does, like, a few things around the stop. So it's going to be, like, kind of a fade out, like, you know, say something, walking in one direction, fades out, fades back in, has, like, a little bit more conversation while she's, you know, doing something on another shelf. And it's just going to generally be like, you know, yeah, mom, I'm going back to, I'm gonna go back to college after I save up some money. No, yeah, they moved on. It's just gonna be try to communicate a little bit of information about the character without going without taking too long. And then we're going to get into like the actual things going on, but I'm going to start with that part of it. So first thing is move. We need to have her facing up. Okay. And let's get a sound effect like a door locking because she's locking the door. You're gonna watch me forget where stuff is in this over and over. Audio and video. Play sound effect. Is there one just for lock? There's probably one that don't have one that's like probably one. Maybe some of the door. It's not really the perfect sound effects for now because like one of the chest ones will sound kind of like a lock closing or opening. Like you don't have to get the perfect sound effects in right now. I can always replace them later with, but it's more just like trying to get it. Not that one. That is so overdone for a lock sound. I think they do, but like, I feel like a lot of these are. Maybe that one. They're a little bit overdone, is what I feel like. But I can always go look for some more. I'm gonna use this one for right now. Lock sound. Let's have her like step one. Sound from editor isn't being streamed. You are correct. I forgot that off. Let me like edit. Tell me if that's playing now. I'm pretty sure it is. Maybe a little bit quieter than my voice. Alright, so that move route. Move down one step. Hello, sequence. A sequence of events. What I'm trying to put together. And then we can do like show text. Actor 1. Nope. Goes. I don't have I need to do see about like trying to do some copy paste of my own to get the on the modern versions of I'm using, but Amy did all of the sci-fi versions of the characters I was using. But I don't want to like just I don't like asking for something I think I can do myself. So I'm going to try to do the modern versions by just crediting her. Amazing job. So for now, I'm just going to use like the normal thing, even though that's not the expression she would be making. Also, another thing, a cat would be the nicest log sound. Let's not. So, also, this dialogue is probably not going to be final because I didn't write a script for it. I would suggest you actually do, but I decided not to because I don't know. It's one of those things. Like, a lot of the way I'm doing this, the structure of it is very haphazard, and that's probably not how you should actually make a game. I don't think that's how you should make it. I think you should, like, do heavy planning, write your script out and all that kind of stuff. But what I'm going to do is just write it, like, right now, and then I'm going to edit it later. But we need to get the ideas down and probably the number of lines down, that kind of stuff. like, let's see. I I think you should. I think I should have. I'm probably gonna work on some script over the week. Well, the weekend, and then to Wednesday when I do my next stream. Because I think the next section of the game, I really need to be working with a script. I think this would have worked better with a script. Um. Uh. So we're gonna start with like the slow progression of like the time of like doing all the closing stuff. We're gonna start with a fade out. And the point is gonna be like to make it look like there's just like time between each step. Yeah, I have a outline. I have an outline for this game. It's very rough right now because there's a lot of things I'm not sure on yet, like little details. Fade out screen. So let's teleport the player. Like another location, and she's. Yeah, I could do that. Like I could drop the lighting each time. That's a really good idea. So like the inside of the store would be lit up. So I don't think it would be as good of a like. It would be good if we were doing something outside. Or if we were doing something where you would be in a darkened area. I'm not gonna do it on this one. It's a cool idea though. I think it was a really neat idea. I'm not gonna do it in this. Um. So I'm trying to remember how to do like several different things. I'm gonna like start the character moving before that movement route. I'm gonna move right, move right. I'm not gonna have wait for completion on this one, so that I can fade it in so she's walking to the. And then face up, turn. I can play a sound effect from in here. No reason not to. Is there a telephone one? And again, if there's not, I can always add in. I don't think there is a telephone. There's probably like a ring. Ring or phone. I wouldn't think that transferring the player would start. Not if it's on the same page. I wouldn't think. See? We can see. So let's do a fade in and we'll check. Yeah, not until the current. I was thinking it wouldn't if you until the event finishes. And by the time we hit the end of the event, I'm gonna just turn a switch on to turn it. I was pretty sure it wouldn't, but I will admit I have I can make mistakes like that all the time though. So we'll do a fade in. So this had no wait until finish. Actually, so maybe I should split this up. Because how long is that fade in gonna take? Let's delete last two out. I'm gonna put one more move right. And have the fade in, and then this did have. I'm sure I did that. Don't want to wait for fade in to be happy. And then we'll do the turn up. Play the phone. I just think it was funny that I was looking for telephone. Even though I never call it a telephone. I always say a phone. Where's my phone? I ask a lot because I lose it a lot. I always have to get like one of my kids to call my phone. I put it down somewhere weird. It's usually the kitchen. I'll go to eat and then set it down on the counter because I was fixing something and I didn't have pockets in my pants, so I didn't have any pants. And then like I'd walk away with the food and leave. Okay. And let's do, we're gonna be back to doing our heroes, is what I have it called. Yeah, hey mom. So an important thing to do, I'm gonna go ahead and put the let's see, control switches, or not switches, control self A. I'm probably gonna not use self switch A. I'm probably gonna use the variable for where you are in the game because I always use one variable to measure all of the linear stuff in a game. So like the linear storytelling of the game, I just use a variable and keep going up. It's the most efficient way to do it. But I just wanted to do this so that I could test this. So this is going to be self switch A is on. That's just so that it won't run multiple times. And an important thing to do, keep playtesting. See if it's doing what you think it should do. I think I should have put a wait in after she locks the door because that happened way. Maybe like I can put some weights, like I can put like dot, you know, like the text, something, a weight so that the text box doesn't pop up as the phone is ringing. So I need a weight right here at the beginning so that you see it. Well, go outside. I need the weight at the beginning so you see her lock the door, then step down and say. And then I need the weight right here so that the phone is not, like, she's not picking up the phone as it's ringing. I know, every time I hear the phone sound, I'm just like, wait, what? Does my mom want me to move furniture? Sorry, it's it sounds so specific, but my mom wants me to move furniture all the time. I've rearranged the furniture in her house so many times. It's a long running joke with my wife about how often I go. So let's just, so they're throwing some weights. I'm just put just a 1 second wait, and we can like check. Let's do the same thing down here, so we can just copy paste. I don't know how long the. Am I the only person, by the way, who responds to phones by saying yeah when I answer? Like, I will often not say hello. I just say yeah. And okay, so another playtest, as you will do. Constant testing to make sure. All right, it looks better. I do think that like I should whole screen so that it looks a little bit darker, like even from the beginning. I don't know. Was that long enough? Yeah, I should set it to where I can Or wait, there's a button to restart your game, isn't there? Was it F5 restarts? I think. Yeah. No, that was a good break, I think. Yeah. All right, so Yeah, I was hitting it. I remember it existed because I kept hitting F5 trying to do something else. Can't remember what I was trying to do, actually. Hit F5 and I'd be like, oh. Alright, so just need to make sure. Let's see. I think we can continue to do the same thing with walking around different parts of the thing. Isn't there a way to, like, maybe do, like, one more line. Like, yeah, I'm doing fine. So, I'm gonna date myself by making a reference here. Um, this I realized this entire concept um of how to, like, the whole idea of, like, talking to your mom on the phone and being like, yeah, yeah, everything's fine, mom. It's good. And then we'll do another fade out and move her to a slightly different position. Out. Um, but there's a song from the '90s by a person called Tracy Bonham. It's called "Mother, Mother," and the whole point of the song is them having, like, going out in the world and having horrible things happening, but they're just still telling their mother on their phone that they're fine, everything's great. Um, so you know, that dates how old I am. It's a good song. I like that song. Okay, so transfer player. Maybe taking out the trash. So I'm gonna, like, have him there, then, like, some kind of rustling noise, then move over here and making more move over one, face up, do another. Play it. You can find, like, a rustling noise. I don't know what it would be called though. I mean, it's just the truth, right? You don't want to bother anybody else. Like, I have really. Yeah, I don't think that's the sound it makes when you're messing with the trash can. At least I hope not. But, like, you don't want to bother anybody else. You just be like, yeah, I'm fine. It's good. Good. Like, everything's fine. But it's not. Not fine. Really, there's just, like, some kind of rustling. Disappointment. Okay, that's just a funny noise. I need to, like, experiment, like, look through all of these at some. That's actually a better lock sound than the one I'm. Yeah, that's a good one. Equip 2, you're correct. Or Equip 2 sounds good. Let me look at Chest 2. Strangely, not the one. I think Equip 2 is probably the one you were thinking of. That sounds like pulling something out of, like, a bag or something. I'm gonna go switch that other one to Equip 1, because I think that was a better lock noise. Like, I'm just talking about my game. What is everybody's game that they're working on? I mean, a lot of this is just rote stuff of doing things over and over again. So it'd be cool to, like, hear about your games while I'm doing that. Or if you're not working on a game, maybe you're working on a plugin, or you're working on some art. Well, that's cool to talk about. Alright. Oh, I put it below. Control swap. Let's delete that back out. Remind me if I try to playtest to put that back in. I'm going to end up putting things below it all the time if I go ahead and take it out. Okay, and as that's doing it, we're going to fade the screen in again. We're going to wait a second. Another 60 frame wait. Waiting for a lighting plugin. I know somebody was working on that. I can't remember who it was that I heard was working on Island Survival. I like survival games. They're really hard to do correctly, but I think I think there's such a cool thing to do. Move right, up, and then I'm gonna have another. We're gonna have like a little bit more conversation. Nope, not Ren. Remember that I'm doing like the modern day version and not. Finish up college next year. Gotta save a bit first. Could use batch entry. I don't know why I don't. I just prefer not to. Like, no, mom. Don't need money. Fine. No, the thing that's not true. Audio plugin I'm working on allows attaching a BS to an event can move around in the sound. That's cool. So like positional sound. I like positional sound. Like the idea of like how loud it's going to be is based on how close. Let's play this sound effect again. Pulling the other trash can. Management sound. Like managing what? Oh yeah, survival game. I was gonna say it's hard to balance. It's one of those things where a lot of times survival games are so hard at the beginning, and then become progressively easier to being like trivial by the end, which I think makes sense, right? Like from a perspective of what survival is once you get all the things you need. I think it's just one of the really hard games to make have a progression curve that is similar to what people want in a game. Harder as you. But survival games are cool, so let's see. Do a fade in out again right there. And let's go ahead and put the fade in back in so I can like examine again. Oh, I need to put the self switch on again. I don't know about you, but I check just constantly check any of these cutscene things every step of the way. Make sure I really do. I think so. Like we're talking about like tinting the screen slowly over the thing, but I actually feel like it's almost too bright right now. Like I feel like maybe I should tint the screen even at like just tint it at the beginning. Let's go back. This a little darker. I don't want it to be like super dark. I'm not like that. Let's just make sure that it's a little more. Let's do like maybe half that. Because it shouldn't be like really dark in there. I mean, it's a lit room, but like I feel like the atmosphere. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Okay, I don't want it to. I need to remember double click ads, not. Yeah, I could do like so good fluorescent lighting should duration. Don't I wanted to do it like pretty much. I think that like that slight darkening. I wonder, like, I want to make sure that it's obvious that she's still talking on the phone. So let's actually like reverse the order. No, no money, mom. I don't need money. It's fine. Yeah, I gotta finish up college next year. Just gotta save a bit first. If you want to get rid of an event or like permanently, you don't use erase event. Like, see how I'm doing right here, where I have Control Self Switch A on, and then I have a blank page that has Self Switch A on as a condition. That's how you permanently erase. There's also some plugins that can just add ways to personally erase. By the way, I apologize. I don't know. I'm hoping can't. But there may be a very light buzz sound while I'm talking, and it's my fan because it is very hot in the room I'm in, and if I run no fans, I will die. But I have a very silent fan that T suggested to me that I'm using. Which, hello T, it's nice to see you. Talking anyway, not really seeing you. But I think, like, yeah, I think tinting the screen a little bit was a good idea. But I think switching those lines around makes it obvious that she's still on the phone, and without doing that, it wasn't obvious on the first. I almost feel like it needs a phone pickup noise, but I don't know. It doesn't make sense to do a phone pickup noise on a cell phone. They don't make those. But like it feels like it needs it for like that extra bit of punch to it. But we'll see. So like let's during the fade out, let's do another transfer event. We're gonna put her right behind the counter, like dealing with the cash. Could use a balloon. It's not a bad idea. But I don't know what balloon would indicate you. I also thought about like using like some sound effects, like you know how like you have the people are on the phone sound effects, just the maybe just record it myself. I'll just electrocardiogram sound is a simple beat. That's not a bad idea. Or the dot. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do both of those. I think I'm gonna do the electrocardiogram sound and then the dots over. Except the so back. Like a lot of making these things look good is a lot of all right. So this should new sound electrocardia. I've never clicked this one. It's a little much. I'm gonna avoid that. I am gonna use the show balloon. Balloon icon. That one, yeah, like the silence one. Like wait for completion so that. How long does that wait? Let's see. Once again, you can playtest so many. This is actually the opposite of like I commented on this the other day. I'm gonna like try to figure out some sound effect to make it. Yeah, try to. But yeah, the hold on, my brain shut off for half a second while I was trying to think of what I was gonna say, but and I don't remember. It is gone. My brain just lost it. So let's just work on like what's a good sound? Let's see if we can find a good sound effect. Oh, I was gonna say like no, it was not. I was gonna top sound is that um so often what I mean to do is do it one way and then I do it somewhere other. What I mean to do is just make this event, go all the way through, make it work. Like all you have to do is make it work. The things you need it to do is what you do, and then you go through and experiment in expanding it and making it look and sound better. Like I could have left all the sound effects out at first, but apparently my brain is now going to do it just the haphazard way, probably because I'm just dumb. That's really what it is. So I know there's a shop sound, and I think okay, that's way too loud. That's fine. I sound that doesn't sound like a lot of cash registers make when you pop the yeah drawers open. And let's do a wait 60. We can adjust these wait frames later. I think after we've done it once of transferring and doing the black screen out in, and we're doing it the second time, I think we can get away with not like having her say mom in the opening, and people will understand she's still on the phone. Shot two. I'll look. Second. Um. Again, I can use batch entry. I don't know why I don't. There's nothing wrong with VXAs if you still. I think that MZ is the best we've done. But that doesn't mean that you really need to get. Don't you don't have the money to right now, or you just are still working on your VXAce game. That's fine, man. Like I'm trying to think of like kind of wording of that. Oh yeah, no, we don't have any gigs. We don't. Um, I'm trying to think of how to word this. Again, write a script first, guys, and then you don't have this problem, right? But I did not write a script first, so this is all going to be off the top of my head. I need to find a new bassist before we get any more gigs. Sure, we'll find one soon. Let's see. So, what have we covered here? We know that she's working convenience store. We know that she's not had. She's running low on money, though. She's trying to say, "Nah, nah, I'm good. I'm good." Band kind of is breaking up. playing that off too. Like, I know that like a lot of people could misunderstand this beginning and not think that these things are all going much worse than she's saying, but I think that it lays still the groundwork of where she is right now. And as you go through the game, I can layer in more hints that this isn't going well, that things are like worse. Because one of the things I wanted to do with this character, the struggle they're going to have is the fact that they're trying to prevent the return of magic, but the magic itself, when she discovers it, is one of the few things that kind of makes her life better and makes her special. And so it's that kind of thing of like, oh, we need to do this to stop something. Thank you, Tiny. You should have seen the first one I made last week was not very good. That I made a lot of the credit, and I'm gonna just a lot of the credit comes to other people. These stacks here are so good. Most everything on this front row right here, except for the ATM and these garbage cans, and actually Avery has a separate set of garbage cans. She linked them to me when she saw the map. She goes, "Oh, I have a different set," and I'm like, "Oh, those look good too." And then like everything on this counter, this came from some other people, but it's like it also comes from the fact of just like trying to make it look like what it's supposed to. You want it to look like what it is. It is a convenience store. Can't get too fancy with it. Right? Like the flooring, like I needed something very simple. I started off just trying to do a pure white, and that like was just too bright. Originally my black was darker, but it was harder to read. It's like so much contrast that it like blew my brain up. Yeah, I'll probably like have her say something like after she hangs up. That's a good point, stranger. Just like have the phone conversation end and have her say something. And like I said, it doesn't have to be. Let me make sure I was not actually maximized. It doesn't have to be that like layered yet. But I can like. So I think I've covered like the things I wanted to talk about like with this conversation. And don't drag a conversation like this on because the mom's not a major character. It's just this is just to get this information out. There's no reason to drag this conversation on. So I do one more fade out and have her do like one more thing and then be like, yeah, I'm good. So fade out screen. Let's move her one more time across somewhere else. And I could actually also thinking about it, talking about. I did not change where I double click to edit all the time. I know it's space. I know space is highlight and hit space, and that's edit. Let's see. What should we be doing? So we had her moving over here. We had her up here. We had her back here. So let's have her like at the ice. I'm gonna have her like go here, 3 across, or is that 3? Yeah, 3 across, 1 up, and then do something. Need to remember that on this one, so it's 3 across, right, up, and actually, gonna be starting here. No, where it starts. All right. Remember, we have that preview now. We can tell where this movie. And then I'm just gonna no wait for completion on this one. Gonna fade in while it's doing it. Fade in screen. And we need to wait. I'm not sure that that's gonna be long enough, but we'll. I think it'll be a long time before Windows drops 32-bit. There's just way too many things that still use 32. I still run a bunch of programs. Let's see. Text. That was what I was going to do. So text. It would really help, like I said, I need to do the thing with the Facesets to try to get the modern ones to have all the emotions too. Hopefully I can do it through editing myself. There's a few issues though. I overlaid them earlier. I noticed that it's the same, but it's kind of not. The line thickness is a little bit different. There's a little bit of differences in tone and skin, I think, but that may be my magic. I know the line thickness is a little different. And also, like, any place where hair goes over eyes is going to edit. But I'm going to try first. Everyone should try first. Try to do something yourself first. I tried to make that door. I just couldn't do it. I'm a nuts. But always, like, with all the art stuff, try first. You may be able to do it yourself. Unless it's really complicated, and obviously you can't. But, like, a lot of simple stuff you can try. So, yeah, good to hear from you, Mom. Talk later. Yeah, I don't like Apple. I know a lot of people do, and that's their thing. I'm not a big fan of Apple computers or their iPhone. Hey guys, if you can see, tell me, is I had my internet go out. No audio? Is audio now? My internet just decided to... Okay, cool. My internet just decided that it was gonna cut out for about a minute. No reason. Awesome. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. When I had to move rooms, I'm not able to use my Ethernet up here. So I'm on my Wi-Fi, which is not ideal, and I know this. Trying to figure some stuff out to make sure I don't have that issue again. I think I have a really long Ethernet cable that I could have dragged out of the that is not who I'm on, Mark, but I will actually say my internet is very, very good. I think it's my Wi-Fi. I think it's a Wi-Fi issue. I need to be using Ethernet, but this stream, because it's not when I normally scheduled it, I had to move at because I can't use my office today. But one little hiccup. I think if that's the worst we get today, I think we're doing good. I don't know what happened. That was all right. So I was looking for some sound effects for what were we looking for? Oh yeah, hanging up a phone. And I think I'm going to be looking for like a lot of sound effects. I don't know if that part got heard because I just looked over and suddenly everything was dead. That is not what it sounds like. I sometimes feel like some of these sound effects are like a little overdone. Yeah, it's not ideal, like I said. It's because I had to do it on a different day than I normally would. No, it wasn't my power this time. That's good enough for like just a hang up. So I need like the stranger was talking about, like just talking to herself, say like one line that's just like a crap. It's like I wish it was going that well type thing. Like, it's like I wish I actually felt. Okay, so this is when we're gonna get into like what's actually going on. That all was just set up, audio going in and out. Is it still doing that? It may have been me leaning away from the microphone. Is anyone else having issues with the audio? Because my audio on OBS is looking fine. It may just be the directions I'm turning. I'll move everything closer together so I don't like lean away from the microphone and have it cut me out. Okay, yeah, it was probably... Wait, actually, yeah, I see what happened. I see exactly what happened. It is. It's me leaning away from my microphone. We're gonna have a better stream, hopefully. It may also be that I stopped talking. Sometimes I just forget to say anything. Alright. So as I was saying, so that was just like an intro to introduce the character and the concept of what is going on. Now we're going to get into like what actually starts things. So then someone mysterious, he's making a squirrel super boss. I'll hide one. I'm gonna hide the gorilla, the gorilla with a machine gun. He's gonna be hiding in there somewhere. Is Rule 14, which if you are a member of our forums, you might know about Rule 14. It is the final rule in our forum rules, which is do not anger the gorilla. But yeah, I'll throw in a squirrel super boss somewhere too. I was gonna try to throw in several hidden things. So now a mysterious person is going to show up. Okay, so right now in the event, she's standing here. So I'm gonna have her like walking back towards this way. So down 1, left 3, and then have someone knock on the door. And it's gonna be a delivery. And there's going to be a mysterious delivery of a package for her, which is going to be the artifact weapon that she gets. And that's what's gonna start the whole thing of... Skepsis is just a master of the looky eyes. Or Skepsis. Alright. You know, I also could, instead of having these be press button to continue, I could just have them, like, go automatically. So this is, like, one continuous thing. I might do that. But I'm going to leave it out right now. I'm going to do it later if I do it. So the whole point of this is just to, like, try to get to the action as fast as possible. This is, like... It took me... like an hour to do it in the editor, but that little bit is like maybe 6 or 7 seconds. And I think it's best to try to get to the action as soon. So she's gonna get the delivery of wait, start this moving up. So let's move down, move left. And then we're gonna be looking for a knock sound. So she's gonna get to delivery, and then as soon as she gets the delivery, she's gonna like open it, marvel at it. That's not a knocking. Wonder why it is like what it's there, and then she's going to walk outside, and she's going to not be on this street that I mapped. She's going to be in the other world, and then she's going to run into Oliver, who is our second character, who also had a very similar thing happen to him. He is a school teacher, normally. High school teacher. And he was delivered a sword, and he doesn't know why. And he also walked out, and then, bam, he's in this weird world. He's being attacked. You run and save him. You don't know why. You know... like, why... Rin doesn't know why she knows how to fight, but it's like the artifact being... having the past memories in it and stuff like that. Knock sound. Wait, let me just see if there's actually a knock sound. There is. I feel like it needs to be played like twice. He's like a okay, and then like there's yeah. Skepsis just like he will like you know looky eyes at like so much stuff on Discord when you're talking. I like it. I think it's funny. And let's throw in another wait 20. And then you know have what's that movement route? So below that. Maybe I should just like delete or like rename or delete all these sets up here since I'm not using them. Just so this is the top set. No, I appreciate it, Skepsis, because like even if nothing else, I know you are reading what I write. When I talk about my game or I talk about the stream or anything else, I know you're paying attention and I appreciate that. And I would like you to know that. I don't know why I almost started that with a let's see, what's the I know there's some there I feel like there is ways to do it with Jesus text size by 1 step. There we go. That's what I want. So like that, and then like that. Let's preview. We're closed. Oh, that's perfect. That was actually just what I wanted. Hey, it's cool. I'm glad that you can work on your game while I'm talking about mine. Right, and then you just need to show text. No, like they're like a. What I need is this face right here, but like just a black outline. I might make that later, but I'll leave. But I will. Just do we have any black outline face? I feel like there should. I'm just gonna go with her actual face now. And we'll just put some question marks in the name. I know that like you just don't you could just not use the name box, but I think putting in the question marks. I mean, I do a lot of streams that way. I'll watch a stream. Once again, not these are just personal opinions because this is official stream, but I still have personal opinions. I watch stuff like I'll watch the Drawfee stream, which I like quite a lot, and I'll play them in the background while I'm working on something else. But yeah, any kind of stream, just an art stream, art and comedy, really. I'll I'll turn on Driftwood streams sometimes if I'm awake at that time because I have really our sleep schedule, but not all the time. Which, by the way, I'm gonna go just for 2 hours today because of my weird setup. If I was using my normal setup, I'd try to do the 3. So we're probably only gonna be going for like another 30 minutes, but hopefully I think I can get maybe through this opening scene. At least to the point where I will need to map the beginning. I'll need to map the dungeon now. Is text scaling new? I don't remember if it was in MV, but it may have been, and I just can't remember. So I'm gonna tell you a little secret. So I know a lot about RPG Maker because I've used RPG Maker for a very long time. But at the same time, there's a lot of holes in my knowledge because the last few years I've mostly been working so hard on promotion stuff that I haven't had time to actually make anything. So some of my skills have atrophied. This is one of the reasons I wanted to do the stream. I wanted to get back into game making. I don't want to disconnect from the community where I don't know about what you guys know. I don't have the same knowledge base that you guys are having. Because I love doing this. It's the reason why I got hired to begin with. Is I love doing this. I used RPG Maker since I was maybe 13, late 90s. But though I will say there was a situation where for a while it actually became a thing for me that I cared less about making my own games and cared more about creating a environment for other people to make games. And I continue to try to do that with the forums. And that's like a important thing to me. Let me like check. So I went down and then over 3, so I'm right here, so I need to go 1, 2, up. Okay, let me count. I'm bad at counting. I'm right below the icebox, so I can do it from preview too. 1, 2, 1. I could also have just pulled this over a little bit so I could... movements on. Yeah, it was a thing of like or not down, up. I didn't have time for a long time to work on games. And I also have a bad habit. This is just me, and I think a lot of people have that habit. Of okay, what did we use to lock? Was it? It was like one of the chest ones. No, it was. It was equip one. There we go. Unlock the door. Wait. One second. Good. Now we need to do a whole bunch of like moving things around. And so I was all about like wanting other people to make stuff. I have a problem that I like knowing I can do something, so I will do something once, and once I've done it once, I don't care about trying to do it again, which always was an impediment to finishing a game. One of the reasons, another reason I wanted to do this stream is I finally wanted to finish. So if I have to at least work on it a few hours every week, and I probably will work a few more hours just trying to get things ready for what I want to do the next day, or the next stream, then that gives me more incentive to finish it. What are you cooking in the kitchen? I had some food, but it was not very good. I just had I microwaved some stuff. I didn't have time to cook before stream. I'm gonna maybe cook something after I get done, but I don't know. Alright, so now we have to move the other person into the room. So we need to open the door. I cannot remember the process of opening the door, so what am I do? I'm gonna just steal this. And then edit it to not be this event. And instead be the door. Exit. Because I couldn't remember what order these were all on. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, you got a busy life. I used to know... What's the guy who invented the microwave? I used to know his birthday because I used to joke about having... doing something on his birthday specifically. So we want to set event location. Now we're going to... Like I was talking about using actors. So actually, I think I need to do like, let's see. Yeah, set event location. Not this event. We're going to use actor 1. I also thought about naming actor 1, 2, and 3, like, after famous actors, as a joke. But I couldn't think of anyone to name them after. I love little jokes in Dev. It keeps your brain going. So I'm just going to move it here. And then we need to... So then we... I think I'm back. It says I'm back. Everyone tell me if you can hear me. And my sing-song voice. Hopefully it's back. I got it. Awesome. Apologies for my internet. Gonna fix that problem by next week. On Wednesday, when I stream again. Okay. At least I don't think I missed much. I was just having the player step back. No wait on that one. So that I can set movement route of actor 1, who is now standing there. So I need to change their image to one of our hero images. Hero walk image is going to be this one. Hopefully, that will be the last time, since I'm only going to be 20 more minutes on this. And let's go, move down. Alright, I'm going to do another test, because I want to make sure that this is all working correct. And like I said, this should take almost no time, but still explain a good bit about what's going on. Yeah, Ethernet can go 100 meters, and I think I have one that may be that long. Oh, I have a typo, though. Which I actual. 2 L's. Oh, that all worked perfectly except for that typo. I'm really kind of happy with how this is turning out so far. I was a little worried because I haven't done a cutscene event in probably years. I've only done, like, events for tutorials, which usually tutorial events are just the minimum to do whatever you're teaching. Which is a very different thing to trying to, like, make everything interact like. So let's see, there was the typo. Let's fix that. I wonder if I could do it through my attic. I might be able to. But this is only temporary, until my wife got a new job and she's doing her training and she has to do her training at the same time. She has to use the office and she has to use Ethernet because they're connecting through some stuff. So soon I will have my office back, and then I will be able to all the time. Hopefully my Wi-Fi doesn't. Editing to put the phone on there. That's actually not a bad idea. If I was that good at art. Am I that good at art? Probably not. But I'm always like looking out for stuff like that. Also, I will never complain about people watching doing things. Alright. So we're back to the heroes. We're talking. So she's the person who actually kinda knows what's going on. And she's setting up the start by delivering the artifacts to these two characters. He gets his another way. So I was using 4 question marks. I want to make sure that's consistent. It'd look weird if it was different numbers each time. That would be a good generator part. And then if it's a generator part, other people can just like edit it onto other faces, right? Like it just needs like a hand and the phone just coming off the corner. That's a cool idea. I might like suggest that to someone. I don't know who, but I'll just float that idea somewhere. But actually, like stuff like that for generator parts where it's situational and not just like a permanent thing is kind of cool. Okay. Just the just a little bit of confusion that someone's delivering something to her. Like, you know, the normal sign here. Yeah, it's true. If you put it behind the head, there's less hand to draw. But at the same time, I think it would look better in front. Also, like, you don't have to worry about it, like, layering with hair and how it should, like, push hair and stuff if you put it in the front. If you put it in the back, like, someone's hair should be, like, pushed out of the way. They have a phone. But rotation's a little difficult to do since it's all, like, pixely. But it is usually painter-style art, so yeah. May be able to do that. Let's see. What's the one for like a pause? Wait 1 second. Slash. Okay. What I'm gonna do is like have it like. To like preview that because I want to make sure that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to like. Maybe if I just take. I don't think it actually. The ones. I think it could go like this. Then do the pause one more time. Yeah, Coelacanth has it right, or Coelacanth. I think that's how you pronounce that word. I know it's a real ancient fish. I know because of Animal Crossing. I also pronounced it very wrong for a very long time. I'm pretty sure it's Coelacanth. Yeah, some things like don't look that bad. and make sure my mouse is doing weird things. 4 question marks. Again, always make sure when you do something like that, make sure you're consistent in how you use it. So it's always 4, 5, or 3, however many you want to use. All right, so let's go. And then she's gonna like just leave. But I'm like actually step up and then say something like ominous or something, right? Not player. How many times have you done this, right? Like forgotten to change this? I know I do it all the time. And then we'll show text again. I'm sure it's gonna come. I'm sure it'll come in handy. All the time. All the time I forget to like change movement route stuff. And then I'm like, why is this not working? And I won't notice because I'll have left it on player, but the player can't move that direction, so it'll look like nothing's happening. And it's an Autorun event, so like they can't move through, so it just freezes, and you're like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And it's the same thing every time. Just continually making the same dumb mistakes. That is all development, is making dumb mistakes over and over again. I made several dumb ones over the weekend. And every single time, like not over the weekend, the last couple days, and every single time I would go onto Discord, I would start explaining what was going wrong, and then I would realize what the problem was from just explaining it to someone else. It's actually, there's a term for it. It's like rubber duck debugging, which is where you explain to a rubber duck on your desk in detail what every bit of your event does, and then it will help you notice what's going wrong. It's actually really useful. It's dumb, it sounds idiotic, but it works. But I've been using a Discord server as my rubber duck, apparently. Of course, thanks to... Who was I talking to when I did that? It was in the Driftwood Discord server. It's a great place if you want to ever hang out and talk to game developing people. Yeah, explaining the problems, it means that you don't skip over things that are givens, right? You have to explain every detail instead of skipping over some part that you think you have right and you're not thinking about. Okay, oh wait. Then it's gonna be set move route, or... Can you... I think set move route is like then actor 1, and then do change image back to none. There we go. Then, because I always put my toys back when I'm done, set event location, actor 1, put actor 1 back where it was. What's the Discord server name again? It's the Driftwood Discord server. Driftwood Gaming. If you look at Driftwood Gaming's pages, you'll find... I think Skepsis might have been one of the people I was talking to when I had that problem, but I can't remember exactly who it was. The Driftwood Gaming one I hang out in, and I also hang out in Visistella's Discord. Both of them are cool places to talk about game dev, RPG Maker stuff. Lots of helpful people. No one's gonna like look down on you for being new. Great place. Also just great people in general. They also advertise both of these streams in both of those places. Let's see. So that moved, and then put actor 1 away. Then I need to close the door, which is going to be just this in reverse. And so let's... We should be able to do it like this, and then just like do it in reverse. So Instead, this needs to be turned, so it should be up, right, left, I think. Or up, right, no, it's not. Hold on. It's facing down at first. So it needs to be right, left, down. Turn right, turn left, turn down, and then delete the other ones. Pretty sure I'm right on that. No, it's right, left, down. Right, left. Yeah, I saw that, Skepsis. I put it in the self promo panel on there. Okay, and then we need to turn through off, not on. Let's turn off that. Alright, so that should close the door. I think there's a sound effect that it normally plays. I need to go find what it is. The thing is I'm not sure on the sound effect on that door anyway, so I'm gonna like put it in later. 10 minutes till. I'm gonna have enough time to like... Because like what I want to do is have her... So down... Like, huh, wonder what this is. Down, left, 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 face down. Put... pop up a package here. Probably teleport actor 1 back down there. And then have her open it and everything. It's right, left, down. Yeah, I was thinking it was. I was pretty sure I was right about that. And it was just easier to copy the open and then reverse order than it was to like think through it myself. A lot of shortcuts that way. But I'll start doing the rest of this, and then we'll watch it again and make sure I'm getting it all right. She needs to go. Ooh, I need to make sure that I... Actor 1. Okay, I did do. Alright. So she's gonna be like... What's this? I also want to check the request before I sign out tonight. I don't know if that's what she said. But let's go. I'm gonna have to just jump up and make sure. Let's see. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Yeah, she did. What does she mean it'll come in handy? Alright, now move down 1. Move down, then move left 1, 2, 3, and then turn down. Let's preview. She's standing here. Oh, I didn't need to I didn't need the down. I just needed the left. Move the down. Alright, I'm going to watch through this and see what I've managed to do. No replies so far? That's okay. I'm sure somebody will reply to it eventually. So I liked I'm gonna go back to this whole conversation of switching these two lines and like making sure people realize she's still on the phone. I think it's one of the things like you have to work with what you got. Like I don't have the graphical skill to add a phone to that picture, but I think it's the right move, right? Like if we can get that done, that'd be cool. But thinking about how we can do with what you can do, which I can write, anyone can write. Not doesn't mean anyone can write well, but we can think about how we're writing. To get those like little details right. I'm glad you like it. What I like about the intro cutscene that I'm doing is that it's fast. I like that it tries to communicate a lot of information to you, but not through okay, that yeah. but it doesn't give that as a dump. It gives it a like. Oh, it doesn't need the sound effects on the door. I did say that. All right, and then I'll the next thing would be dragging down that dragging down actor 1 again to here. Actually, what I can do, since I'm not done with it, instead of having it send it back up here, I can have it just send it here. And then I'll have like a sound effect and have it drop, like switch to one of the boxes. Let's see about doing that. So let's go back into here. And where I turned, let's edit this and not send it back because we're not done with it. And now, and this is a mistake a lot of beginners make. They think of events like, oh, this is the event of this character. That is this character. And you should think of like these events up in the corner, actor 1 through 3. They're just actors. They just play. Yeah, sound effect on the door, sound effect to drop the boxes. But you just all these things do. They're just playing a part. They're not actually a thing specifically. They're whatever you want them to be at the time. All right. So then here I'm going to play a sound effect or like set movement route. And it's going to be actor 1 who's now sitting down there. I'll play a sound effect of like some kind of dropping sound. Is there... I just look for one that's literally whatever I say first. But there is no drop. I think I need explosion. That's probably not right. Yeah, probably not that either. That is a heavy... What's in that box? What's in the box? Making some references. I'm sure that some of you have heard that, I've watched that movie a long time ago. Not PG-13 enough for this stream, so... Hey, there was the lock one. You were right, Key. Door on a lower pitch. Door 1. I wonder actually... Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's too donkey. Donk. It doesn't have the... That's the weirdest way to describe that. It doesn't have exactly what I'm looking for. I wonder what the... Are these all footsteps? What is this? Oh, it's white noise. Chest 2 is actually clunking sounding. Let's see. Da-be-da. Welcome to the stream where we just examine. I don't know, that's like too much noise. Too much. I want simple sound effects. Let's see. I might just use like another click sound. And then like drop it. Drop the pitch. Like, let's look at Equip. I think Equip has like some of the best sounds because it's just like it's so simple. I'm gonna use Equip 2 again. Equip 2 just seems like a really good generic sound that I can replace with something else. Now let's change the image. Oh, this may be a problem. I may not have a box in my B. I need to get a box somewhere. Like, let's see. I have a bunch of stuff from, I may need to just pull a box from somewhere to switch it to. I don't think I have one in here. But we'll just throw down something, like a treasure chest, as a placeholder until I switch it. Just a fire. Just drop that fire down. The regular chest. Alright, Skepsis, you heading out? My problem is that I don't have any. I'm gonna need to add it. I like, because I was talking about how I like cut down on I did a whole lot of cutting down on what's in my tile sets. So this tile set has almost nothing on it. I'll just have to cut something into it. I took all the doors and stuff out. We're just gonna use this as a temporary, and I think that's gonna be I'm gonna watch it through one more time, and then we're gonna like close down for tonight. So let's see what we got going. I'm actually used the little chest anyway. Because like then it'll be obvious that it's like, oh, why is this package like a treasure chest? You know, I'm just a normal person like receiving a treasure chest in the mail from like a courier, and it is holding a artifact weapon, which is going to be her knuckles, like a gauntlet type thing that she has in her fantasy version. I mean, the thing is here, like, it's one of the things we talk about is that, like, every hour of gameplay is probably going to be 100 hours of development, right? I need to turn where it's closed, but I think that worked well. So, I'm going to do one more thing. I know that someone said that it had no replies yet. I'm just going to look at it. See? Yeah, no replies. That's fine. I posted on Friday night. Clearly, everyone is out partying, right? No, please don't be out partying. Don't do that. But I think I got a good bit done. I got like what I was planning on getting done today. I wanted to get to like, yeah, there's like the opening, talk about it for a little bit, then she's gonna walk outside like all confused. But we can actually get started on the actual current product of 4 hours of gameplay for a little over 200 hours of dev time. Yeah, once you clean up, yeah, 100. That's like generally what they try to tell you is 1 hour of gameplay is 100 hours of dev time. And of course, like it can be spread among more people. But that's why I think about this thing. I'm always like, I may have an hour of gameplay after like maybe half a year of this stream, but I'm just gonna keep working on it. And if I don't finish it on stream, if I'm gone, I'll just keep working on it. I really like the concept of this game. I hope you're enjoying everything. That's going to be it for today. I'm going to go ahead and switch to my bumper screen while I do an outro. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I want to thank a few people before I go. There's several people who have like helped me out. Coelacanth, thank you for that plugin, because I just asked in a Discord. I think I asked in the Driftwood Discord if anyone just knew it, or the Visicel. I don't remember which one I asked. If anyone knew a one like that existed and you just happen to have it. Trihan from the Visicella Discord has also helped me with like some little things. There was another person. Was it Chloe? Chloe helped me with like a small snippet to make something work correctly. But it's one of those things that you can always ask people for help. Everyone will help you. And even if you're like me and you've been around forever, don't be embarrassed to ask for help. All of us have weaknesses and don't know everything about every single thing we do. So ask for help. You can always get some help. And I'm probably going to work a little bit more on this by Wednesday. Hopefully on Wednesday we'll actually start the dungeon itself, the first dungeon. And I'm gonna get some dinner. I don't know what I'm gonna eat yet. Hopefully it's good. And I hope all of you have a lot of fun making games. And next week maybe some of y'all I can ask again about what y'all have done over the last week in your game, even though it's gonna be only 5 days from 7. I'm gonna sign out. Have a good day, everyone. Then Nick from RPG Maker Web. I work for Digica, and this has been the Make a Game RPG Maker MZ stream.